Hello everyone, I hope you can all hear me. Not sure if you can. Every time I try this new system it seems to have a mind of its own. Sorry, I'm just tinkering with a few things here. I might have to start this video again because I'm a little bit all over the shop. So, you can hear me, yeah? Sorry about this, guys. It's things are playing up. Thank you for letting us know. Now I don't know if you saw the beginning of that video because it wasn't playing my end. Sorry, it's not very good commentary at the moment. I'm tinkering here because it's all going pear-shaped my end. Sorry, it's not very good commentary at the moment. I'm tinkering. Hearing sound back doesn't help. Feedback. Well, anyway. Today we are going from Borehamwood, which is North London, just inside the M25, up near Barnet, I guess, that way, and we're going to go down to Tower Bridge. And you'll be seeing so many cyclists do things wrong, it's unbelievable. This is why I don't go into London that often, because the driving and the cycling is terrible, and the traffic. So we've got quite a way before we hit the main stuff. Not only will I be going to Tower Bridge and the Tower of London, which we will go over Tower Bridge. On the way I'm going to take you to another location where we're going to guess where the location is. I'll drop you a few clues on the way and see if you can guess this famous place rather than a person this time. Thank you, that's good to know that something's going right. The sound was a bit iffy my end, I think, to start off with. I was having a lot of feedback. Yeah, Trev, there are lots of different ways to send the clips in. There's so many people send them in different ways. I'm a bit lost to how it's best to actually send a big file in, because some people send me files in with like 10 clips in, and I have to go to a website to download it off the website, so I don't know how they do that. Technology, as you just saw from the beginning of this clip, is not my thing. I didn't know that about Tower Bridge going up. Yeah, there is another. Yeah, you could do it that way. If you've got your own YouTube channel, as such, you could upload it to YouTube, and I could take it off of YouTube and put it on mine. Some people have done that to me actually. It does make it quite easy because I can download them from there. Right, we're coming up to the first little incident up here. As some of you probably might not know, this is a pre-recorded video but unedited, so I can talk to you and answer your questions. Otherwise I can't do it. I need someone else in the car with me. But as you can see, this lane here goes left. The one next to me on my right hand side, it can also go left. You just have to enter the roundabout differently. But everybody seems to cut in right at the front of the queue, right by the roundabout, instead of going round the roundabout, as you'll see in a second. Like that car there is going to do it, and that van that's just gone past, and they don't have to. See, they just cut in, and the bike obviously, just cutting in front of that lorry. And if you look, they can just go on the roundabout as normal and just turn left, but they all have to cut in. There was no harm done because there was no one got in the way of each other, but there you go. Year of the Panda. Yeah, like I say, everyone sends them in so differently. I do wonder how it works, because emails can only do a certain amount of a certain size, and then all these other little things that they do is like really good. I'm going to go down the A1 rather than the A41. And the only reason I'm going through London, as a lot of you know, I don't do a lot of inner London work because I can't stand it, really. It's too busy, the traffic and idiots everywhere. Cyclists are just awful, they just do what they want. But the only reason I'm going through right across London today is because the M25 was absolutely chockers. I literally just come off the M25 because it wasn't moving, so I figured I'd go through town for a change, and then I realised why I don't do it. Yeah, France doesn't have a good reputation of driving, I guess. So I need some of you to give me advice on how to improve this. Do I play background music, uncopyrighted background music obviously, or learn to chat more? I don't know. It's any advice of what you sort of are looking out for would be handy, would help me out, because I'm quite new to this live malarkey and trying to keep chatting for, well, it's about an hour and a half we're going to be in the car today to do this, and it's only about 20 miles ish. Oops, didn't realise you were British. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, it does depend on your taste of music. But if it's uncopyrighted music, it's not stuff that you're going to know, really. No, I won't be doing that. Yeah, actually, it wasn't bad, Graham. Yeah, to be honest, because the M25 was so bad, it was just chock-a-block. I did expect this to be a lot worse, but other than a few patches, it kept moving. As you'll see, it weren't too bad. Yeah, I don't know about boring, but it's just lots of people, lots of cars. Very busy now, very expensive as well if you want to drive in London, although my car is exempt from all of that, being electric. See, the Audi has to be in front, doesn't it, eh? Has to be in front, always an Audi. Does nothing wrong, mind you, but just has to be in front. Is my volume okay, by the way, because I can't hear myself back?
Red light camera ahead.
I think if I try and turn it up, I think there'd be lots of sound back, and I think it would start whistling. So it is quite low, but every time I do try and put it up, it goes, oh, it makes a horrible noise. The good thing is though, Graham, is the schools are off, so traffic should be a bit better than normal. Depending on what time you do it, if you do it nice and early, you should be a lot quicker than normal. Nice one, thank you. That's what I need, a bit of feedback on the sound. The video is up full volume, by the way, but then my car don't make a lot of noise, so you're not going to hear a lot anything there anyway. Yeah, I mean, I've tinkered with so many things with this, and every time I go back to this program, it seems to have reset everything back to normal. You sort of like think, I've got it right now, the sound levels are okay, and then all of a sudden, everything's back to normal, including the picture. For some reason, it throws the picture out as well. There's half of the picture's missing, so you have to tinker with getting the picture center as well. So look at this Prius on the right hand side here, turning left from the middle lane. Clever boy. But it wasn't a professional driver. Well, it didn't have the yellow circle in it, put it that way. I'm using Prism, P-R-I-S-M it's spelled. It's almost like OBS. I've tried OBS, but it's really complicated, or it seems to be. Trying to get a chat on the proper window is really hard. This, you just press a button and it's on there. Things like that. I need a mix of both of them, and it would be quite cool. Yeah, probably a fake cab. Yeah, the Priuses are not good because they're all minicab drivers. Yeah, we'll be crossing the A406 in a minute. You obviously know where we are. Year of the Panda. Yeah, I've done quite a
average speed check zone.
I've done quite a lot of research into trying to make these a little bit better quality wise and everything, but they're not made easy, you know, trying to get a chat online and get it over to YouTube at the same time. It's, you know, it's there's a lot of settings. If you just whack one of these items in, OBS or Prism, into your search engine in YouTube, you have a little look at some of them videos. It's really complicated. Could be made so much easier. Complicated for someone that doesn't use a computer all the time. Although, I guess I do use a computer all the time now. So we're sort of crossing the A406 at the moment. We're still on the A1, heading towards Holloway. Ish. Well, I'm a self-employed driver, so I do whatever is available really. So it's me that that tells me how much I'm going to drive, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to refuse. This junction here, I don't know how many times I've been past it or through it, but it's never clear. You never just go straight through it. I've never anyway. So I made some notes. I did this drive the other day, and I made some notes about certain things, and I couldn't. I haven't counted them, but I couldn't believe the amount of cyclists that were doing things wrong when we get into London. They just don't give a monkeys. They really don't. They just do what they want. And I've said it on a lot of the comments on the channel about I see more people on bikes go through red lights than stop. Today actually proves it big time. I haven't counted them, but I know that the people that go through it way outnumber the ones that stop. So in a little while we'll be coming up to another one of my pet hates. Car over here on the left hand side, just a little bit further up. Just decides to do a 3-point turn on the A1. Can't wait for a gap in the traffic. Let's everyone wait for him. Good job. Now, because there were so many incidents in this video, I do plan to actually chop it up a bit and then put it on as a normal video, just so people, because not everyone's at work and stuff like that at the moment, and a lot of people don't want to watch a long drive, they just want to see the incidents. So it will come out as a normal video, a lot shorter up, a lot cut up rather. There's a cyclist over there using the crossing properly. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, isn't it? You're a cyclist. Now in about a minute's time ish, maybe a little bit longer, we're going to come across a private hire vehicle, but it's a minibus, a school minibus. You'll see it whiz past me in a second. Well, it's still probably about a minute away. And how the hell that thing has passed its MOT, I will not know. No, I'm not heading for a football club or a football stadium. Good guess though. And we've still got quite a long way before I get to the location of the place that we're oh, here's the van, by the way. Look at the crap coming out of that, and undertakes everything in sight. Would you entrust your kid to be in the back of that? Or would you trust the driver of that, I should say, not your kids? So obviously we're still on the A1, as you can see on the floor there. It's like in the Haringey area. Yeah, definitely a dodgy MOT. That won't fit past an MOT, that's for sure. Here it's still 30 miles an hour. But it does go from 30 to 20 to 30 to 20 to 30 to 20 all the way on this journey. You really do.
Light camera ahead.
You really do have to look out for the speed limits, because they change that often. So as you can see here, there is only one lane. It doesn't say there's two lanes, but people do things differently in London. He drove up the pavement to get past me, that guy. It does go into two lanes further down there, but guess what, he didn't want that inside lane anyway. He's gone up there, undertook everything and cut back out. So now this junction here, we're looking for the cyclists. They come from all directions. You've got one across the road already that's using the crossing the wrong way or inaccurately. That one's okay because it's going through a green light. That one's not though. I think that was slightly red, don't you? Now that one there is going through a red light. You can see that that one's going through a red light because if you look over to the right, there's red lights just under our green one there. So there was another two that went through a red light, and there was one just about to enter as we went past it. So there was three that came through that red light just in that little bit there. Is anyone keeping count of the amount of bikes that have gone through red lights so far? Yes, I think some background music might be in order, mightn't it? Because I can't comment on stuff that ain't really happening. It's quite difficult actually to keep talking. So as you can see, the lane goes into one for us vehicles, unless you're a bus or a bike. So when we get further into London, it does start getting a little bit more busier with the old bikes. I do catch a couple of cars, a couple of vehicles, car and a van going through red lights as well, but it's mainly bikes. They'll all start joining us in a minute. They're allowed to do that, what that one's done. But it does wait at a red light up there. Probably because there's lots of traffic coming from its right though. But it is still red when them lot are coming through or going through. It's only just turned, so there's quite a lot of them that went through a red light there. Now this left lane is a left turn only lane. Watch the bike. Yeah. Cars are in its way, so it just does that. So we're still heading into central London on the A1. And obviously, as I keep saying, just keep an eye on the bikes because they don't stop. As you can see, we got another red light there, but not for them. Maybe I'll need to get some sound effects of an engine or something. Especially when you're doing 20, it's really quiet, unless you're on a bumpy road, that is. So we've got 43 people in the car with us at the moment. 47. I jumped up quick.
Red light camera ahead.
Yeah, so considering the time, as you'll see down there, about 10 to 9, this is not bad traffic for central London, or coming into central London. I think they were all on the M25. So we have another red light. There's people crossing. That cyclist does wait, but not for long. When did this all start to happen, this going through red light? I remember as a kid we used to always stop at red lights. We never ever went through a red light, whether there was someone coming or not. It just seems to be acceptable now. So we've got another red light. You can see that guy's intentions. He's right out there beyond the cycle box, all three of them. So all three of them have technically gone through a red light there. Now this is not the nicest road to drive on neither, because sometimes the right hand lane turns right like that one there. Sometimes the left hand lane just turns, it's just for turning left. So you never know which lane to be in if you're new to the area and whatnot. And I haven't been down this way for a long time, so I'm sticking in the lane that I'm in now. And especially when you get behind a van, you can't see what's up in front because he's blocking your view. So it's all a bit difficult. Or you see over there to the left, the lane comes in. You're always going to find yourself being in the wrong lane on these roads at some stage. So the next one is it's about 3 minutes away now, the next incident, and if memory serves, because I've roughly done some notes, it's a food delivery guy on a motorbike. I may be wrong, because I didn't write down my notes very well. It was a bit of a rush job. I put a video on last night to come on today, and YouTube have refused to put it on, or they're not monetizing it, I should say, because of bad language. But before anyone has a go at me, it was a viewers compilation one. It's none of my work. My viewers swear too much, so I'm gonna have to tinker with that, or I might just throw it on the way it is and just not get any money for it. They seem to be okay with the F word, but not the C word. But then sometimes the C word is okay as well, so I can't work it out. Yeah, so we're coming up to a bit of a build-up of traffic, but it's because of roadworks as well that's up there. But even so, we've had a really good run so far for London at that time in the morning, before 9 o'clock. Now the next one is the motorbike that I was talking about. The bridge has just made it come to light where we are. We're looking over to the right hand side of the bridge. Not yet, it's a bit early yet, we're still about a minute away from when it happens. You'll see a bike overtake me and go the wrong side of the bridge. But these food delivery guys, they got no rules neither. My camera is on the car is just where the mirror is, just slightly over to the right hand side of the mirror. So we're looking for someone that's going to come past me in a minute. And go down there. How bad is that? It's not like there's no room to my left of me. Yeah, I've given up on pedestrians using crossings. It's bad enough working in the suburbs, but central London you got no chance. So the next one we're looking at is, if memory serves me, is this van in front of us. He too doesn't like red lights. So we've got 44 watching at the moment. Are you all subscribers? So it's gone to amber. That's a red light, isn't it? And that's a red light as well, what that bike's going through. Pedestrians have to wait for him. You see that? So we're here for a while at this junction, and you'll see a number of bikes go through red lights here. There's one. We'll see him a couple of times in this video as well, that guy. Look out for the yellow rucksack. Another one. And people tell me that more cyclists stop at red lights than the ones that go through them. I don't think so. Cool, that's good to know. Now, I think that first one went through a red light. The second one, maybe not. It was a bit too quick. And I think that learner went through a red light as well. No, definitely not in London, they don't. Well, you'll see in this video it's an hour and a half long, and I think that there are some that do stop, but well, very few. You can count them on one hand. So we've got another red light. That bike's going across. I think he's okay to do that. I think there's a bike lane that he's gone in, but not this one. Or this one. So there's a red light in the distance, if I remember rightly. Them two that just gone through that one, they don't stop at that one neither. So we're going to be turning right just up here, obviously, which is why I'm in that lane. Now I don't know what them bikes are doing. Well, the one that last one came from the other side, so that's definitely jumped a light. The others I think were okay. There are two waiting there at a red light that were turning right. and I'm pretty sure that I've probably missed a few as well. And there's one there just coming through to the left hand side, waiting for the cars to go, and then it's just going to pull out. So as you can see, there's speed cameras all over the place as well, 20 miles an hour and speed cameras, and every other type of camera to try and get your money off you. So we come to another junction. Obviously this is where it always happens, at a junction. Now we have a guy come round the outside of me in a second. The guy that we've already seen, him. Now he dismounts. He goes over the crossing to the other side and then back on his bike to just to avoid the lights. Obviously that's not him. You'll see him in a little while, but it does take quite a long time to cross the road. There he is, see him on the other side of the road on the pavement. Just to avoid the road, the lights. Crazy. But technically, was he doing anything wrong? That one is. That's a red light that one's gone through. But look, I've got a mum waiting next to me there. I think that's 3 police cars we've had go past us so far on this journey. One unmarked one. So this journey, I was just going to go to Tower Bridge and the Tower of London and do it as a quiz, but I think it's too easy. But as I was driving there, I suddenly had a brainwave of I'm really close to something else, and let's go and see that before I go to Tower Bridge. So that is what we're looking for in this, you know, what is it? This famous place. So it's literally about 2.5 miles from Tower Bridge, so not far from Tower Bridge that we're going to now. You'll see when I have the brainstorm of doing it, because I do a U-turn and go back the complete wrong way to where I was going. No, it's not a prison. The place we were going to, opened in 1894. So quite a long time ago. You'll see some of the famous buildings as well in the distance and whatnot of where we're going to in a little while anyway. So obviously we're not too far away from Whitechapel now. Yep, it was an amber that I went through, but it was amber, and it was too late for me to stop, Your Honour. So obviously we get the pedestrians that cross on green lights. It is London after all. And in a second you'll see, well, you see them all the time mounting the bikes mounting the pavement. this road over to the right hand side is one way, going the other way. So this bike shouldn't be coming out of it. So further up here, if you could do a right turn, you'll be going down towards Liverpool Street Station, Broadgate and areas like that, over to the right hand side there, if you could go down there. But obviously we can't turn right there, we don't want to anyway. I guess I should be giving you some more clues. Well, it's more infamous than famous, this place. So we've got a private hire in front of us. Yeah, that's what they do, just block up the road and you're expected to know what they're doing. That is also London. Well, 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 we have a correct answer already. I can't believe that you got that with two little clues like that. I hope you haven't been Googling. Now this cyclist coming towards us shouldn't be. It's one way without any restrictions for cyclists. So he doesn't get his 1.5 metres from me. I'm probably sure that there's people on here that saying you should still give him 1.5 metres even though he's going down a one-way street the wrong way. But he put himself in that situation, not me. Now we come round this bend in a minute and I'm turning right, and I'll be honest with you, I did not see this Uber Eats rider until quite late. The sun is quite bright and everything else. I'm turning right here and I'll tell you what, I didn't see him. And it looks really clear on the camera, but believe me, through a windscreen it wasn't. So yes, if you're watching this and you're seeing the messages, it was, or is, where we're going to, the Blind Beggar. The famous pub, or infamous pub, down Whitechapel Road, where Ronnie Cray shot George Connell in the head. And that is what he got done for. He got done for murder and never saw freedom again because of that. Once they, after the trial and everything, obviously. And obviously the Blind Beggar pub has been in so many films. How many times have the Cray film been done that always ends up in that pub with him being shot in the head? Now, the Blind Beggar pub is on this road, but it's to the left, not the right. But I was going to Tower Bridge, remember? So I'm turning right here. It wasn't until I got further down the road I thought, hold on, I killed two birds with one stone here, and show you the Blind Beggar. So I go down here for a bit, and then I do a U-turn and come back to show you the Blind Beggar. You got these buses that are, there's three of them, these buses to my left hand side were a little bit bullyish, I thought, down the road, but they stop and they give no signal in a minute that they're letting someone out from the left hand side. Obviously I can't see through a bus. There was no danger of me hitting it, but they could at least put their arm out the window to let me know what they were doing. Yes, there have been a couple of really good Cray films, but there's also been a couple of bad ones. It's where it is, this where this guy's letting someone out. Made him jump. He thought I was still going. Yeah, I don't know why, but there's three of them buses and they all think that they can ride right behind each other, so I've got one behind me now. So we're watching the bike to the left hand side. Is he going to stop? Does, look at that. Almost in the box as well. But does it stay there though? As we've seen before, they just wait until it's safe, then they go. Now it's a red light now over the other side. That bike there is going through it. And another one. And then it doesn't wait after all. So that was three in that little junction there, or at that little junction. So it's around about here I suddenly decide, let's go back and see the Blind Beggar. So I'm going to do a U-turn here. There's no sign saying I can't do a U-turn. I was looking out for it, but there is no sign. As some of you can see on the messages, we have got Misty Cat back, one of my haters. So now we're going to be heading down the Whitechapel Road to the Blind Beggar. And we're still looking out for them pesky bikes. One over there to the right hand side, just going through the red light. Hiya Max. Oh, I don't know. There's so many Audi clips I've got. That's a difficult question to just... Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I'd love to catch him doing something, Jeremy Vine, yeah. Absolutely. So this guy here on the bike, not only has he gone halfway through a red light, he's on the wrong side of the bike lane as well. The bike is going in the wrong direction basically, down a bike lane. So there's another one. So we're not far now to the Blind Beggar that'll be coming up on the left hand side in about a minute. Always a bike today, that's for sure, or when I did this. So we'll be turning left at these lights, but on the corner there is the Blind Beggar pub. Made famous by the Cray twins. And George Cornell, who was the one who died there. No, I'll bet there wasn't no one selling handbags outside there when the Crays were about. In a shonky looking tent thing. The video will start up again in a second. I literally go up here and then go round the back streets to turn round to come back to where we just were, and then off to Tower Bridge and Tower of London. Nothing really happens, well, until about 3 minutes time till we get back onto that junction where the Blind Beggar pub was, where we find, believe it or not, some more cyclists that go through red lights. It is normally a German car that does all the naughty stuff. A lot of people have said to me as well, what happens if Audi break into the market of building bicycles? Can you imagine? Ugh. Just as I say that, Jack just said the same. There you go, see, I do let people go every now and then. That's the 4th police car, I do believe. So we're up to 50 people in the car. Now I don't know why I got in the middle lane here. I do want the right hand lane. There's no one behind me, so I'm not in anyone's way when I do this. My indicator wanted to go straight on though. You heard it click, click, click. Thanks, Frank. So obviously I'm not going to get through these lights, so I'm stopping before the cycle box. As you can see over there to the left hand side, there's cyclists waiting at a red light. Look at that. Nice little handful of them as well. That white car there just went through a red light, by the way, on our side. So there's quite a few, even though them lot over there have stopped, there are quite a few that go through the red light here as well. All that lot that did stop, they're okay now. They got a green light, so they did all right. There must have been about 5 of them there. I wasn't counting, but must have been about 5 that actually stopped. But this woman in front of us, she's already technically gone through the red light. There's a cycle box right in front of me. That's what she should be in. I used to do quite a lot of driving in Ilford, and it's not the best, you're right. Used to do quite a few deliveries out there. And then it became really hard to park. Never mind the driving, it became really hard to park. So we get one that just goes through the red light there. Now I'm pretty sure that that's going through a red light as well, coming across us. As well as all of these now, they're all going through red lights. Everyone on camera went through a red light there. So we're now back on track. It's basically just wait for a red light and you'll see a cyclist go through it. It's pretty much like that in London. So we've got a red light in front of us. Got 2 on the left that just go through it. And pedestrians are crossing at the same time. Got one on the right now. It just goes through it. And the one with the box on the back, I think, I'm not going to say it was a red light because it wasn't, but I think if it was a red, he would have gone through it anyway. It was no way he was stopping, if that's what I was trying to say. I think there was no way he was going to stop. So we have got a bike to our left hand side that's waiting at a red light. As you can see, some of the famous buildings in front of us, the Gherkin and things like that, and the nose trimmer. There you go, another red light, 3 red lighters there. Yeah, exactly. It's our fault if they go through a red light and we hit them. As I've said, 20 miles an hour is not fast enough for some people. Even an orange cab undertakes me to break the speed limit. So we come to this one, which is probably one of the dangerous ones out of all of them. He's got a red light going straight on. I'm turning left. Actually, it's not. Bear with me. It's not this one. I've got my red lights mixed up. Yeah, so it's this clown here on the left hand side now. He's in a bike lane, but his bike lane has a red light. My light to turn left is green. Now he should be waiting. I saw this coming a mile off, which is why I was slowing down. He's going straight through it as I'm turning. That is probably one of the most dangerous ones I saw. He didn't want to get wet because the guy's cleaning the pavement there. So as we come up to this zebra crossing, it's plainly obvious that these guys want to cross it, and you're supposed to wait for them. But not if you're a cyclist. So we're almost there, only a couple more bends and we were at Tower Bridge. You saw that bike on the pavement there going across. I think there's a bike lane there, so I'm not putting him down on the list as doing something wrong. I think he's got his own traffic signal on these lights, if memory serves. Yeah, I think there's a cycle one on there. So we come to another junction where we've got a red light, but if you're on two wheels, that's alright. Now that guy on the left there, he would have gone through a red light as well. They don't change that quick. Now him coming towards us, he's alright, other than he should have his hands on the steering wheel, the handlebars. But we have a few over there to the left hand side, two there waiting at a red light. God knows what the Uber Eat is doing. But all these bikes at the moment are okay. They're all going through green lights on the other side and going straight down the bike lane. So now we got a green light, but look over to the left. He ain't stopping. And right in front of us is the Tower of London. And just to the left of that, you've got Tower Bridge. And you see that cycle right in front of that motorbike going round the wrong way? You've still got an idiot there. And just behind the Tower of London, you'll see the Shard. Can't see it at the moment. Well, not on my screen anyway, because of the sun.
Don't come fucking through me.
So there's no more bikes that do anything wrong that I saw anyway. I'm just going to go over the bridge and I'll show you it from the rear camera as well, so you get a chance to see it, what it looks like from the rear. It doesn't look like much when you go over it, but when you see it from the side, it looks amazing, this bridge. It really does. How many films has this bridge been in? Being smashed to pieces and all that sort of stuff. Nice one, thank you. And we get an illegal scooter riding across the bridge. So that was Tower Bridge. This here in front of us is an idiot. And I'll just go to the rear camera in a second. And we go back to the start of the bridge. It's the best way to actually do it is on a bus. Because you're right, there are really nice views either side. So 63 people in the car with us. Unfortunately, we're almost at an end. There's about 3 minutes left of the video to go. So once this has stopped broadcasting, it will come down as a normal, or it will be put in YouTube as a normal video, so you can actually review it and go fast forward and all that sort of stuff. I will probably chop it up, as I said, for all the incidents with the bikes, and do that on one video as well. And when it does come out as a normal video, don't forget to put some comments on there of how I can improve this, what sort of thing I'm not doing right and I need to do more of, or well, anything basically. The sun was quite bright today, so you can hardly see the towers there. So we're almost at the end, guys. So thanks for everyone that watched. Much appreciated, and who joined in with some comments. And I will see you on the next one, whenever that may be. I'll just let this run through. So bye for now, guys.